Well, it's Friday evening, and this is a picture of the Westin in downtown Chattanooga. We were invited to spend the evening last evening with some of our friends from the Dayton Community Chapel as we gave support to Bryan College. This is table 1 in the foreground. Then table 2 is where the Westin is written, and table 3 is the table closest to the stage. And behind me was a screen where a video presentation showed. And rather than turn around, I just turned my camera on and watched in reverse. Thought the ceiling was kind of interesting, so I took a little picture. Chad and Kim joined us. And then there's Lauren. And Lauren and Chad. And Lauren and Chad and Kim. And at the table across the way, some of our friends. On the left is Kelly McAnally, and then Jim and Wendy Childers, some other friends there that I do not know, but they are friends of this guy. This is Don Johnson. I talked to him probably more than anyone else at the church. He's just a good guy, helpful, caring, and there is his wife, Jeannie, taking pictures of people at our table. And there's Jeannie taking a picture of her and Cherry. And then came next Jean, not Jeannie, something like that, maybe Jean, I don't think so. But then there's her dad. His name is Marshall, and he calls himself Marshall Dillon. And behind him is his daughter, Sharon. Next to Sharon is our grandson, Chad. When we discovered that Marshall lives up on Dayton Mountain, and they began to ask questions, and we shared ideas, swapped information. We discovered that Marshall Swafford is his name, is a good friend of our friend Daryl Ellis. So I took this picture, or had it taken, and sent it to Daryl. We had a wonderful time. Behind me, you can see a table with people with their back to us. At that table is where Dr. Ben Carson and his wife Candy sat. And we were treated to a presentation by Dr. Carson. He shared a portion of his life story. And one of the fun parts was when he talked about how God has made us so wonderfully. And he asked how many people enjoyed the dinner. They raised their hands, and he said, I think that's almost everyone. And then he began to describe the miracles that had to happen. And he used all the technical knowledge and jargon to explain from the time we heard the sound of him asking if we enjoyed the meal until we raised a hand. It was hilarious. And one of our kids said, he's showing off, or show off. It was fun, though, and we were proud of Dr. Ben Carson. So a good time was had by all. It was a fundraiser. They were trying to raise $300,000 to benefit the students, worthy students at Bryan College. sitting behind, I'm going to back up here, not here, sitting behind Don, all right, to the left of these people, it was our state representative, who I showed a picture of some weeks ago at the fire banquet. And across the table from him was Greg Vittal, and he is the chairman of the Tennessee Department of Transportation Committee. And it was just an interesting time. So, thank you to Don, and thank you to Jeannie for arranging the tickets and inviting us all there. Hope you all have a wonderful Sabbath.